brain cells.
Hello and welcome to the Last Few Brain Cells podcast, where unqualified people talk about quality topics. Well, we got another good one for you today, folks. I am joined by my two fellow brain cells,
Harder.
Suave J.
Suavathan, Jathan, and Artesimal. I, of course, am your man Cheeks, and we are coming to you live from the living room sitting area. How we doing today, boys?
Man, just got off
Pretty
work.
good, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know the feeling, but I get to sleep in tomorrow.
I don't. I still got to go right back to it.
Ooh, that sucks. I don't have to go until noon for a change, and I am very excited about that.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes, indeed. How's you guys' week been going, though?
It's
Not
going.
bad. Can't complain.
I'm
I
still
can
here. I'm
complain.
making good money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could be worse.
you can't never complain about making good money.
No.
Speaking of making money, let's move into Marvel, our first topic for today. Did you like that segue, gentlemen?
Hey,
I did.
there you go.
Thank
was
you.
good.
You can call me the sexy segue seaman. As in naval seaman, not as in sperm.
Well, I mean,
Of
if you
course.
kind of look at,
could
Thor's
go both
new,
ways.
what is it, Love and War? Look at their,
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. It's the cover of the movie.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of a little orgasmic and, colorful. So.
of course.
It is.
Of course. Of course.
It's
That's the poster recipe for Marvel now, is the colorful, bright,
But,
bright shit
Yeah.
I feel
going
like that's
on.
all
Vibrant the better,
Marvel's
you know?
The
going
vibrant the
to,
better. Yeah, well, so let's talk about Marvel. So, okay, we can't have a good discussion about Marvel unless we start at the roots, at the beginning.
How far back? You talking about the
I'm talking
Incredible
Phase
Hulk?
1. I'm talking Iron Man, the Incredible
Iron
Hulk,
Man,
all the way
yeah.
up until the Avengers 1.
What was it, like 08 Hulk? Like the original?
The
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk,
Yeah.
correct. The
One-
Edward Norton Incredible
The
Hulk.
MCU Hulk. You know.
So, that first little section of the MCU is, it just established your characters. I think, everyone had one movie come out except for Iron Man. I believe he had 1 and 2 come out before the Avengers movie launched and
Yes.
tied them all together. So, yeah. And I just remember just thinking it was cool. I was like, oh, they got multiple superheroes in one movie. I've never seen that before. You had the Fantastic Four and stuff, but I'm talking about individual big names that you would think, you saw a movie about them and like, oh, now it's brought all together. And then again, I wasn't really.
So are you talking about more of the fact that like it was the first kind of series that
Yeah.
intertwined a bunch of different movie characters?
Yes,
into
like
one
normally
big battle?
you have John Wick 1, John Wick 2, John Wick 3. They're connected. Now you have Iron Man, Thor, and all these other properties. Oh, and by the way, they all show up in the Avengers. Oh, and by the way, they'll have sequels after that.
True.
and
and
even
I-
individual
I don't
movies that
remember-
have sequels.
I don't
too.
remember ever thinking that I was like it was going to be that big. The MCU. But look at it now.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's a whole new universe now.
It's an empire.
It's everything.
Over 30 movies,
It dominates
shows,
the
TV
cinemas.
shows, dude.
Kids
It makes
shows,
the money.
Toys, everything.
Look what
It's
they've
the
done
only
with
box
games.
office guarantee anymore.
It
is
is.
the
That's
Marvel
what I'm saying.
movies.
It dominates the cinemas.
I mean,
It
look what they
really
did with
does.
Guardians and Groot.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is goated. That new trailer looks good, but we'll get there in a bit. Okay, so we had Phase 1, and it was a good, solid start. I don't think it was anything to write home about, but it was introducing characters. It had mediocre writing.
I mean, I
It
really
had
wouldn't
good-
go that far. I
it
mean,
had
those
good
OG
special-
movies were great.
We're good.
They introduced the character, but look at them compared to now.
Okay.
Now you're at big.
They
Everything's
built
big.
upon it, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's the humble beginnings. It was straightforward, mediocre writing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's bad. Sometimes simple is better.
fair.
But it was simplistic, straight to the point. They gave you like character traits about your character and that you were seeing, and they really didn't change much. There wasn't much character development. They told you who the characters were right away, and they always stay true to their character. For the most part, besides like Hulk and Thor just randomly turning
Recently,
comedic.
Thor went to a more comedic aspect.
So did the Hulk.
Kind of a buffoon now.
Yeah.
They both are. Hulk's
Yeah.
a big dumb idiot.
But I feel like they did that Thor on a couple aspects, not really just to entertain a different audience, but I feel like if you look back and like all the shit Thor went through, like individual movies wise, not really Avengers, it can be if you look at it on a different aspect of that's just the process of how he broke down. Like,
Well, I don't think it was that thought out. I don't think it was that genius. No, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was. Thor: The Dark World was very serious, and it is rated the worst movie in the MCU. So they're like, well, let's go to the complete other end of the spectrum. And now, 3 was okay. I didn't like that. I still thought it was too much comedy. I was like, we're having some serious moments. And now they're at the other end of the spectrum with 4. 4, he's like balls to the wall, like okay, Jane's dying of cancer, and we're gonna laugh and have a funny moment. It's like it's a serious moment. What are we doing? Like, can we have anything serious? No stake, nothing matters anymore. Everything's just haha. Why should I care if he doesn't care? If he's just gonna laugh about it?
Do you think that's just a phase they're gonna go through? Do you think they're gonna start tying more comedy stuff in?
They're gonna learn. Movies? They're gonna learn what works with this new phase and what doesn't work with the new phase, just like they did with the first couple phases. You know, they had a couple things and they had to make changes because things didn't work. So I think they're gonna do the same thing.
I will say, I feel like the second phase was a little bit of a downhill. I kind of like flatlined right after the first phase.
I don't think so.
And I don't really feel like it picked back up until the end of the second phase.
I don't think so, because I enjoyed Ultron and Age of Ultron and stuff.
If you compare them, I feel like that one was the bottom of the Avengers.
Age of Ultron?
Yes.
I thought it was more fun than the Avengers. The Avengers is boring compared to Age of Ultron. It might be a better written movie, but it's boring.
I enjoyed the first one a lot more than I did Ultron.
Age of Ultron, so many fun things happened. Hulk and Iron Man fight. Quicksilver's cool, right?
Yeah.
Ultron's like kind of low-key psychopathically terrifying, you know?
He is, yeah.
Like, I mean, it has all the recipes of, you know, it's also a natural disaster movie.
It is cool.
You know what I mean?
No, it's not a bad movie. Just
Tony's emotional, like, the visions he kept getting that were setting up Thanos, and like he kept seeing everybody die.
Yeah.
Like, and not to mention the music got way better for Age of Ultron. Like they really found their footing with having like the music, like to give you goosebumps.
I would say
stuff.
that was the start of their their soundtracks for
yes. I'm telling you, like Age of Ultron personally steered into Endgame. Endgame wouldn't have looked like that if Age of Ultron didn't look like what we had, because. If you watch Avengers 1, it feels completely different than the other 3. Age of Ultron, and then, I'm sorry to cut you off, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, and Endgame, all 3 feel the same. They're like filmed the same and feel the same. It feels
like more of like the Age of Ultron to Endgame was very tied together very well, and then the first one was kind of by itself.
And then they retconned a lot of things from it too. Like S.H.I.E.L.D. just doesn't exist anymore. S.H.I.E.L.D. was huge in Avengers 1.
Yeah.
By Avengers 2, it was gone. At the beginning of Avengers 2.
Did you watch
It got corrupted, you know?
No. Why would I?
It wasn't good.
I didn't think so.
I
Why
watched
would
some of it, but I couldn't follow it. You know,
I got lost.
It didn't seem like an important story to me.
Never seen a single episode.
Yeah.
Didn't even watch 5 minutes.
Don't waste the time.
I was disappointed that I watched the trailer.
So I don't know if I go that far, but I did give it like 4 or 5 episodes, and that was way too much.
They think Colston's so important, and the fan base cares so much about him. But he's just a guy. Like
he's a forgettable character. You know, to be honest.
I mean, he didn't even.
He had a crush on Captain America. That's all I remember.
He didn't make it halfway through a movie.
Don't even know what his title was. He was Nick Fury's friend, and he had a huge crush on Captain America.
That was about it.
All I remember. Nothing else. I remember nothing else about that man.
Yeah. He's something else.
But anyways, so then we get into like Infinity War and Endgame.
I really loved Infinity War.
Yeah, it's the peak, right? And then we're Endgame, and then
absolutely
downhill, right? But then the great part about downhill is then you hit a curve and you start climbing again. Now we don't know how high or low this peak's going to be. You know, it might go like that, you know, and be a low come up, or it might be a huge one. We don't know, but we're in the curve right now. We're taking the journey. It's like a roller coaster, and we're going up to the top.
I wonder if it's more not really because it's a downhill, but if you got to think of how many characters do they have to introduce before
All of them.
you get in, so how many movies would that have to be made? Whether you can do,
You had Shang-Chi, and then now you're adding in like Daredevil and everything else, and like it's a lot. But I heard some rumors that She-Hulk is not going to be tied to anything other than the TV show.
I did not watch any of that TV show.
Yeah,
and I don't regret
it. Was all right. It was all right.
It had some cool moments.
You got to be open to change in this universe.
You do.
They're really bringing out a bunch of new characters.
The MCU feels totally different.
I watched
expanding on stories.
What was it? He had like multiple personalities.
Moon Knight, yeah.
Moon Knight. I watched that one.
But I will say the bad part about these shows, though, is like the magic of Marvel content is gone because I get it all the time. I get it nonstop.
We're overstimulated with
like
Marvel.
It definitely is very
like
different
for a while
from going to the movie theater and waiting like the early ticket.
2, maybe 3 times a year getting a movie.
Seeing a trailer come out that's coming out the end of next year and just anticipating that movie.
True.
And just constantly watching trailers for it. Now you get shows, every 6 months.
Well, I mean, for a while there, we were getting like a show, and then a week break, and then another show would start, and then a week break, and then another show would start, and then they were just one after another, like WandaVision, Captain America, and the Winter Soldier, and Loki were all 3 back to back to back.
But talking of WandaVision, that makes me feel like they're going to use all these shows to introduce these characters instead of movies anymore, because they used WandaVision to start
Doctor Strange,
the second Doctor Strange movie.
Correct.
So how many other shows are they going to use where now you have to go watch, this season of show to understand a plot of a next movie coming out?
Well, yeah, they're making it to where you're getting into borderline, you're asking too much of your audience. Like you're asking them to consume a lot of hours of content to know what's going on with everything. Mm-hmm. Like that's a big ask. Yeah. Like to see Doctor Strange, you would have had to seen WandaVision, right? What other movies just came out?
Loki was attached to. Was it attached to Doctor Strange too?
It was
attached
not.
To one of them.
Loki's going to be attached
to one of the Avengers movies when Loki was leaving with the Tesseract. And then when he escaped, it was the original one.
Yeah, but the Loki's going to be directly attached to Ant-Man. He's going to be directly attached to Wolverine and Deadpool. Like Owen Wilson.
Really?
Is Owen Wilson as the agent guy for TVA?
So you're right. At what point do you just say that's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of spider webbing material?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I know. You're jumping through a lot of hoops. And you're asking a lot. Because to see this, you got to watch this show, and to see this, you got to have seen this movie and this show. In order to understand what's going on in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, you've had to have seen Doctor Strange 1.
Spoilers.
In order to know, you would have had to seen Doctor Strange 1, right? He was in Thor Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
You would have had to seen Infinity War, Endgame, and watched all 6 or 8 hour long, whatever they were, 20 minutes, whatever.
They were 40-minute episodes.
Something like that. A couple hours of WandaVision. That's 5 movies. That's 5 things you have to. And really, shows are like multiple movies because they're a lot more hours, but that's 5 entities of entertainment you have to consume before you can know everything that's going to happen, or to know all
without having
whatever
to question what's going on.
Exactly, and that's
it's not like it's bad information though. I mean, it's entertainment.
It is, but what if someone just wanted to see the movies and not the shows? What if someone just?
They'd have to put in some kind of flashbacks, I think, more often. To get viewers.
I mean, if they could figure out a way to design the movies to where you didn't have to have that question.
Yeah,
I got it right. Yeah. Check this out. Instead of a preview for the movie, do a summary. Have one person just tell you what happened in the universe.
Like a narrator type thing.
Kind of, but like Netflix does. You go watch a season of Stranger Things, and it has
recap
season 2 recap. It's like a little 3-minute video showing you everything that happened. You know?
Could do that.
They could do that real quick. You could do it. That guy from the Ant-Man movie, the Hispanic fellow that everyone loved. Mm-hmm. That whenever he was explaining what was going on, you can have that guy do it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it was something, and you can have more views on that too, because now people are going to watch the summaries versus trying to get them to watch all these individual shows.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's still money that they can make with it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it would take away from views.
Oh no,
I think Marvel's too big to lose their views. Like it's even no matter what
they got
they
a chokehold on
no matter
the entertainment industry,
going to
like
theater and everything else.
Yeah, like
no matter what
they're
gonna
get people to
the
go
fan
out
base
there.
is so big.
It
No
is.
matter what kind of disappointment we have in a new movie or show that comes out, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna go see the new one, watch the next one.
It's that name brand.
Speaking of disappointment, let's go ahead and go through this previous phase, and I just want to hear, like, give me a trash or give me a treasure. If it was bad, give me a trash. If it was good, give me a treasure, okay? And then I'll let you give a couple brief thoughts about it, all right? I was going to name a movie. If you haven't seen it, just say you haven't gotten around to seeing it yet, you know?
Yeah.
I personally know that you have seen every single Marvel movie because we go see them at midnight every time they come out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready? Starting off with the first one. Shang-Chi.
Amazing.
That's a treasure for me.
Treasure.
You like it? I like
That's
it.
a treasure for me. It was a very
It
enjoyable
opened up
ride.
a new door.
I really feel
It
like
did.
it's underrated.
It is.
Because everybody I've talked to about that movie either says, one, they've never heard of it or seen it, or two, they said it was awful. And I just don't understand why.
I do understand why some people were disappointed. Like, it's actually supposed to be rings, not these bracelets that fly around on you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But Shang-Chi opens up a very interesting door. Oh, apparently in Shang-Chi 2, the guy that played Iron Fist for Netflix is rumored to be in that. So that's cool because Iron Fist could easily dome Shang-Chi.
Oh.
If he balances his chi to his hand, it's over.
Yeah, done.
I know the Netflix show, the Iron Fist and the Defenders gets crapped on, but that scene
Underrated.
where Luke Cage is like, what you gonna do? And then Luke, and then Iron Fist like hooks that man and like with the chi and like it's in slow motion, and you've never seen that man take damage before because he's invulnerable.
Man taking rocket launchers to the chest.
Yeah.
And that dude, he was like, "What you gonna do?" And that dude punched him. He went,
Knocked him off his
feet.
He went flying. So
He got messed up.
it was hilarious. But all right, so Shang-Chi, we're gonna go 3 treasures.
Treasure.
Yeah.
All right. What was after that? Oh yeah, tell me about Shang-Chi a little bit.
It could have had a little bit better writing. Like, if you watch the first half of the movie, it kind of goes more of an introduction type slower movie. And then it just really kind of ramps up towards the back half of it to end it. So it was a little like fast writing. It could have been better.
It ramped up a little bit, but I really enjoyed the dragon.
I enjoyed everything about how that movie introduced just new Marvel shit.
Yeah.
Bringing magic,
it felt
more
new.
magic into Marvel, I guess.
It felt new to me, and that's what I liked about that.
Yeah, it definitely
explored a new avenue.
It gave me the old memory of watching like the Marvel movies, I guess. It was something really cool to watch.
That new nostalgia. That's right.
All right, moving on.
It's okay. Our cat will stop in a little bit.
Black Widow, gentlemen. Trash is the correct answer for me on that one.
I can't think of anything that I remember.
It's introducing new characters. That's
the problem.
You know?
Yelena was great. That was all. Yeah. Like, that was it. Oh, I like David Harbour as the Red Guardian.
The Red Guardian.
Yeah.
But it was just like...
But I can't really have any memorable moments from the movie.
It was boring. I felt disconnected from her because I'm like, why do I care? Because she's already dead.
Yeah.
Like, what new information
this should have
about
came
her?
out when it was supposed to come out, you know, like
yes.
What was it? Right before Civil War, or right after Civil War?
It was supposed
right
to
after
in between Civil War and
Infinity War. It should have came out then. That's when they should have done that.
It'd have been great. People would have liked it.
You know, it's.
But I feel like you're right. The problem was with that movie was the timing when they released it. Like, everybody was like, "Well, she just died last movie."
Yeah, it's just like, how invested do I need to be in this movie?
Am I supposed to remember now because of this?
And then, okay, we got to talk about it. The butchering of Taskmaster.
It should have been a man. I'm not trying to be anti-feminist, but let's keep it true to the comics, right? That's kind of what we want to do.
Sure.
It's just y'all all know.
We gotta feel loved. We gotta feel loved, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's got.
I love Taskmaster. I just don't feel like he was done. I don't feel like they were done right. You know, I'm not against a woman being Taskmaster if it's done right. First of all, they should have got like a big buff woman. They should have got a big buff black woman, like one out of prison. Like, okay, that's believable. That chick wasn't intimidating to me at all. Like, I'm looking at her, I'm like,
take her, yeah.
like, dome her. What are you
Yeah,
doing? You are just wasting time. Like,
Yeah.
that Taskmaster was nothing, but...
Not good. Not good.
I mean, Taskmaster can throw hands with Spider-Man,
That's right.
but they're going to get
I
beat
wanted
by
to see them
Black
face
Widow.
off.
And Black Widow doesn't even really use the actual, like, good gadgets that, like, she can use. Like, and
Yeah.
the comics, man.
Very
the comics
out
are
of
just
place.
goated.
They should have stayed more true.
Eternals.
I don't
A
know.
very forgettable movie. Like,
I'm gonna give
not
that-
gonna lie.
A trash.
Yeah.
I did not watch it.
It's
Because
just,
they took it in a
you don't
different-
have to. It's just there's nothing memorable about that movie at all.
Well, you need it for Captain America 4.
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
So I'll
Because
either watch
the
it or find
Celestial, I'm not
somewhere.
going to spoil anything, but the Celestial plays a big part.
I got
There's a Celestial in the movie. Oh.
it.
I'm going to give it a trash just because, look, I respect it. They tried something new. Didn't work. Too many
That
things
one didn't
going
work.
on at once. Like, some major story elements would just, like, be gone for, like, 2 hours. Like, something would happen, and then, like, they just, like, forget about it for 2 hours. And that's another
This
thing. It
sounds
was
like
nearly
One
3
Piece.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, remember this from, like, so long ago
Why
that you
do I
forgot
like
about
that
it
shit?
entirely? Haha, we got you. You didn't expect that, did you? I'm like, no, because I haven't seen it in 2 hours. Like, of course I didn't
Yeah.
expect it. All right. Moving on to Spider-Man No Way Home.
That
Treasure.
is a pure treasure. That was amazing.
That is the GOAT
Treasure.
of the phase.
That
Calling
it
it.
it tied it all together, you know. I think
It did. It was just beautiful.
it was
Okay.
It was a
Side
masterpiece.
question.
real good.
Best Spider-Man.
Man.
In this movie alone,
Nope. Just out of any of the movies.
okay, well, nostalgia is very powerful, and it's going to be
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire.
It's what we grow up with most of the time.
Toby was my Spider-Man.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was so hyped to see Spider-Man 3. Like, I thought I was going to have a heart attack
Yeah,
because of
me
how
too.
fast my heart was racing while I was walking to Spider-Man 3. I was so pumped. I was like, my dad picked me up early from school. Like, we went in on it. It was like my birthday because it came out like around my birthday. And we went and saw that movie, and I loved it as a kid. I loved Spider-Man 3, and it broke my heart when it was canceled.
Yeah, me too.
And I immediately
It was
wanted
good.
to not like Andrew Garfield. But then I had a realization, and I was
Gave
glad
you a
after the
chance.
second one got canceled, even though they were really low-key good movies, and I didn't want to admit it. But then after that happened, I was like, I can like both. You know, that's not against the rules to like both. So then I watched it, and I'm like, they slept on.
I mean, Andrew
They pretty
Garfield's
good.
a little slept on.
They
Like,
I'd say
feel
they
like
great.
he took a lot of heat just coming behind Tobey Maguire.
dare I say, they are at least on par with the Tobey Maguire movies.
They're
I
close.
think they all
I feel
bring
like-
something to the
I feel like there's
Exactly.
too much bias opinion to say it's comparable because you're right. I'm biased to nostalgia, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man No Way Home made me appreciate Andrew Garfield just a little bit more.
Absolutely. That's honestly
Mhm.
what made me think more back to old Spider-Man movies was seeing them two come back into the new one.
Look, I know like writing Spider-Man No Way Home might not have been the greatest movie. You know, it kind of looked like a fan service.
But it was all there.
But it was all there, and it did its job. It made you care about each of the Spider-Man just a little bit more. They each had their own character developments.
It really brought out a lot of old nostalgia.
Yes.
It more than it brought
It
back a
did.
lot of older fans that came.
I knew it
back
was
and-
coming, but until I saw the moment when Tobey Maguire blessed my screen, I didn't believe
walk
it.
through.
Until I saw it, I was like, "It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. This is a big sham."
It's gonna be like a cameo, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And then I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness."
Trash,
Yeah. I liked it.
I'm gonna give it a treasure.
trash.
I'm gonna give it a treasure.
I didn't enjoy the writing. I didn't enjoy the plot. I didn't care about like.
It was fun, and sometimes it's all you need. Is just a good fun go.
It was
I like,
honestly.
I like seeing, Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic,
and,
get that head popped.
Professor X and all that.
Professor X
I
came
think
back.
there was way too much in that movie that was just thrown together.
I also think they made Scarlet Witch a little too overpowered. Like
I wouldn't say that. That's about how
the
she's
way
in the
she
comics.
ran through everybody in the Illuminati.
I mean,
like
she's
that.
It
pretty-
did aggravate me because Captain America, I'm sorry, Mr. Fantastic literally cannot die like that. But she can rewrite reality, so she rewrote reality to where he can die like that.
She's pretty god tier in comics too. So I mean, didn't go too far out of the way, but
yeah,
I just feel like it was way too much going on within the movie that they just threw together and see if it would work.
Well, and for a film that's called Multiverse of Madness, you really didn't do too much in the multiverse. You like went into it and then hit on Earth.
3 different versions of
I
reality.
at least expected to jump through a bunch.
6 to
I was kind of hoping to see
8.
Spider-Man again.
I was kind of hoping to see a little Spider-Man action too.
Especially the director being Sam Raimi.
I thought for sure
Bruce Campbell was in it.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't realize it was gonna happen. Like thinking about him, like of course it's gonna happen. He's always in his films, but I didn't know until I was like, oh, Bruce Campbell. Didn't think he was gonna be in here.
He's a good actor too.
Thor, Love, and Thunder, trash.
I wanted
it to be good. I wanted it to be so good.
Look, so I saw the cover for the movie, and I was like, and I already gave it my opinion off of that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna give any negative opinions towards it. I'm gonna watch it open-minded in it. I could not do it.
This gets the brown down of the phase.
Yeah.
Like, it is the bottom of the bottom. It is the biggest disappointment. And I wanted to enjoy it.
And I know a lot of people that really enjoyed that movie.
They're lying to themselves. Because they wanted to like it so bad that they're just going to be like, oh yeah, it was good. I wanted to like it so bad, but I'm man enough to be like, yeah, that kind of sucked. Like, Marvel, step your game up.
We expect more from them at this point.
Of course we do.
Like, they put way too much, way better stuff out. You can't be doing that now.
Yeah.
And let's cap it off with the final piece of content, movie, if you will, from the MCU. It's a TV movie. And that is the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
I did not watch it.
I'm giving that a treasure.
It was great. I like seeing Kevin Bacon.
I love seeing Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, he's in it.
As himself. He plays Kevin Bacon.
Yep.
And they try to get him to cheer up. This is just a plot synopsis. If you go on IMDb, this is what you'll read. They go to Earth to try to get some, like, Christmas joy for Star-Lord and, like, Kevin Bacon and all that stuff to try to bring to Star-Lord in space, like, pieces of Earth to cheer him up because, you know, he's depressed about Gamora and everything else.
So it's in timeline after Endgame.
Gamora's not in this one, I believe, or she's, like, in it for a brief second. But, you know, this one's not close with the Guardians because she's from 2014 and now she's here now. So she never even met Peter prior.
That's right.
You know, so I enjoyed it. It had its funny moments. It had its sweet moments.
I might have to give it a shot.
It was good.
It's Guardians is my favorite franchise. Yeah. Like they never like
this new movie's gonna be good.
Think about like all of the trilogies you got. All of them have like a little disappointing factor. Maybe Captain America. 1 was okay, and 2 was really good, and 3 was really good, you know? But
like
Iron Man 3 was trash. Thor 2 and 4 were trash. Hulk was fine. You know?
Hulk was great. I love Hulk.
Hulk deserved another.
The original, like, Hulk from...
But Guardians... 1...
Amazing.
Goated. 2...
Okay.
Double goated. I love 2.
It's hit or miss.
2 was so much fun. It was such a fun movie.
I feel like... I mean, you're right.
It made you laugh. It made you cry. Baby Groot's adorable. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I died laughing a couple times seeing that. It might have been because I was high, but I died laughing a couple times watching that. It just had everything you need to make a great movie.
It was good.
And I'm so have you seen the trailer for 3?
I have not.
Make you cry?
I'll have to watch it.
It looks
You know we're gonna see some loss in the film.
Someone's dying in it, and I'm calling it right now. I believe it's gonna be Drax.
Yeah, it is Drax.
I mean, I feel like if the next person dies...
Mainly because he did not sign on for another movie.
And he did an interview about leaving the MCU, so probably...
Because apparently, he's allegedly...
He doesn't want to be remembered for just being Drax. That's what he said.
Well, they misled him and told him he's going to have a bigger role in the MCU. But at the same time, Drax has never been like a big role guy. He's like the muscle of the Guardians.
Like a side dude,
you know, but he's he's really made it his own. Like a lot of people, like everyone enjoys Drax. You know, he's hilarious.
Which is
can't
crazy
see
because
too
I
many
mean,
other people
for
being
a
there,
side
so.
character of a movie,
he steals a lot of the spotlight.
He does.
Like between him and Groot.
Yeah.
Dude, the my nipples gets me every time.
Yeah.
He's like, my nipples! Dude, kills me. It's great. It is amazing.
I like that.
Yes, indeed. Alrighty. So, let's move on and talk about video games, gentlemen. Video games. What games are we playing right now?
We love
I'm
them.
replaying Odyssey.
Yeah.
Nice. Good.
I haven't
So
played it in years.
You're one
so-
behind me then. That's all.
Wait,
What a classic.
hopefully I'm right. Odyssey is the Egyptian one, right? Or is that Origins?
No, Origins is the Egyptian.
Okay, that's the one I'm replaying.
That's the one you're playing?
Origins.
Odyssey's the Roman one.
Yeah.
Hayes is actually replaying Odyssey right now.
Oh, okay.
I just played
Yeah.
one through Black Flag
Yeah.
recently. Like all one after another.
Yeah, I played them all too.
You
I
talk
put
about
some
video
hours.
games.
Yeah, you can put some hours
Oh,
in the game.
They were on
Absolutely.
sale for Steam. So
That's
I
a
bought,
great-
Origins for like
Yeah.
$7. Like they were on sale.
That's a great franchise, though.
So the real question, gents, I'm gonna start with you, Arter.
How to do?
In lowest to best ranking order, what are the 5 best video games of all time for you?
Damn, that's really rough. Because I didn't play a lot of video games when I was a kid.
That's fine.
I really didn't play a lot of video games till I got into high school. Honestly.
That's fine. If you just gave me 5 Call of Duties, I'm not gonna be too mad at you. Just
honestly,
a little bit.
I couldn't even name 5 Call of Duties. I only played a couple of them. Black Ops 3 was definitely great.
Black Ops 3 is
I
amazing.
loved Black Ops 3.
But Black Ops 2 though,
Amazing.
I was goated on Black Ops. It was too easy for me. I was going in
What
like
was that old
I was.
PS2 game?
You see me playing on Black Ops
Yeah.
3. I have the thrusting like goated. Like
You
I be
remember-
thrusting all around the map. Like I
Yeah.
stay thrusting.
Do you remember
Thrust.
Spyro?
Of course I
Yeah,
remember
I know.
Spyro. That little purple
I love
half
Spyro.
little
like
dragon
the
things?
dragon, but he
Yeah.
was like had the bull horns and everything. He
Yeah.
ran people.
I
It's
love
pretty cool.
Spyro.
You remember the cheetah you used to have to race against and do
Yes.
parkour?
What is it? Crank? Ratchet and Crank?
Ratchet and Crank. What a
Ratchet and Crank.
classic.
Crash Bandicoot.
Let's hear it. 5. Best 5.
I couldn't get to you right now. I don't know.
Do it down, Jay.
That's 5. I know one
I gave
good
y'all I told y'all about this
one.
beforehand.
One
I
good one
know.
in like the past 10 years is Red Dead Redemption 2 for sure. Definitely.
All right.
You know, I can't bust out 5, but one that you can always go back to, has a great story, great writing. Red Dead Redemption 2 for sure.
Well, here, gentlemen, I have done the hard work, and I have located my 5 favorite video games of all time. Feel free to debate me if you think I'm wrong or anything else. Like, this is a free for all. Like, if you got something to say, good or bad, say it. Ready? Coming in at number 5, smoking hot, is Fallout 4. Such a beautiful game.
You're right. I mean,
I get a
Yeah.
voice in Fallout for the first time. You don't know how much better a Fallout
That
game
makes
is when
you
you have a
more-
voice.
It
I
makes
can
you
relate
more
to him
attached
better.
to the character.
I can
you know?
relate to the
Yeah.
character better. And I can make my guy smartass, and it was hilarious.
Yes.
He was sarcastic.
Yeah.
Like when you go and find the courser
mm-hmm.
and you choose the sarcastic speech option, he says, "Hi, I have a pizza delivery, orders for fuck you," and starts shooting him. Goated.
Yeah.
You get to create your character, make him however you want, so you can
Make
really
'em
relate
look
to this
however you want,
character.
yeah.
And can we just please talk about how slept on the camp building was and how much fun it
Yes.
was to build camps and manage the settlements?
Put a little element of Minecraft in there. you
Yes, a
know?
little sandboxing into
Yeah,
it.
You're right.
That was so much fun.
It was good. And
The
the story
story,
was good.
you can do whatever there was like 4 different
Could have made a
organizations.
movie out of that.
4 different organizations you can side with,
Yeah, it was pretty good.
each one giving you different endings.
Like that's a lot to put.
I
into
always
one
pick
game.
Minutemen. Minutemen are my men. I love the
Yeah,
Minutemen.
You like men, I know.
You like the
Yeah.
men.
I've played it. See, Fallout.
I like the Brotherhood of Steel.
Fallout I'll play it once every other year. Like I've
Yeah.
beaten the Fallout Fallout 4 like 6 times.
It's another one of those games you could come back to.
And I will say this,
always
gentlemen,
enjoy
this is the only Fallout game on my list.
it.
Fallout 4 is the best
It is
Fallout.
good. I can't wait for Fallout 5.
I love New Vegas. I've played it multiple times. I love 3. I've played it
New
multiple
Vegas.
times.
I've been-
I've played 1 and 2 on the PC, the
Yeah, I
original
played
versions.
those.
Wow.
The little where you look at it from above and it's like a little arcade-ish kind of
click where to
thing.
go, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 is the best. When 5 comes out, look,
5's gonna change the game.
Skyrim's fun. I don't care about Elder Scrolls 6. I'd rather you just start working on Fallout 5.
Yeah. I'm more in tune with the Fallout.
It's more fun.
universe.
Skyrim
like
are
it better.
usually just... They're not... I mean, it's fun running around in medieval times, but the writing is nowhere near as good as Fallout's usually is.
Yeah.
And how much fun Fallout's is.
I like Fallout better.
And they added the romancing option in 4, and every time they
really thought
you sleep
out
with
the
a partner,
writing in
you get
4.
like different perks
Yeah.
and stuff.
It's not bad.
Like Piper the Reporter, you sleep with her, you get the gift of gab.
Maybe Activision will learn something from
You got to pay for that.
oh.
Yeah, it's DLC.
Is that
Just for thinking about it. You
Coming
gotta
in
pay,
hot
you gotta
at number
pay.
4, one of the highest grossing games of all time.
Minecraft.
Minecraft, the possibilities are endless. Worlds go on forever.
couldn't get into it.
I'm
not
lost
talented
for
enough
hours.
to get in there and actually.
I just don't have the
what I've
imagination
seen. Yeah,
or
I
the
can't.
attention span.
I can't
That's
do all that,
fine,
but I can appreciate.
But we
it.
can get on there together, and I
Yeah.
can be like, "Hey, mine coal." You don't need much imagination to go mine coal, but it's fun and going to look for diamonds in mines and stuff.
That's true.
It's a great time going to explore, fight demons, go to the end. There's the Nether, which is basically hell.
Yeah.
Like, there's a dragon to fight as a
It's
final
a game
boss.
I can appreciate for sure. 'cause
Oh, I can appreciate.
You can build
what
something
it-
together with
they
your
did
friends.
a lot for that game,
but it wasn't something that I could get into.
It was one of the first games where you actually had to eat.
Yeah, it was good. Good.
Coming in at number 3, gentlemen, Fight Me, Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna fight you on that one.
I will. I
You've
don't
seen
enjoy
the
this.
hours I played in that game.
But it's because I'm really bad at that style of game.
Dude, it's
That's
so much fun.
my favorite
It is,
style of game. Right
it is
there, so,
easily the best first-person
Yeah.
shooter game to ever
Not
exist.
taking that away from that game. I'm not good at it, so I can
It's-
appreciate that game for what it is. It is a
It's-
very well
it's one of those
put together
games.
game when I play it with y'all.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's a very well put together game.
And it's fun.
it's one
I
of
feel
those
like
games
that
that
was
always
also-
has you coming back to it.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
always
it's
find
just-
myself going back to it every now and again. I'm just like, I just want to play Siege. I want to do nothing but play Siege.
You
I
find
feel
that
like
urge,
that game
you
was
know?
one of those that like if you didn't start like as soon as the season comes out, kind of like Call of Duty was before, that like you were just behind.
Okay,
But
look,
you can build.
and in
it
this
up,
game,
you know?
you can pay for them or you can unlock them.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I can always like within the time of a new operator releasing and the next one earn the 25 renown points
Oh yeah.
to purchase a new operator instead of spending real money
It
on
didn't
them.
take too long.
Granted, they do get me with the Rick and Morty skins.
Yeah, they were good with
They
that.
got you.
They got me. I spent like $30 on them.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Coming in at number 2, gentlemen. Easily one of the best done games of all time. I think when it comes to just playing the game and playing it multiple times, there is no one better than Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2
Yeah.
is goated.
It's almost like there's an echo.
Red Dead Redemption
You won't find
2
any disagreements from me.
is amazing. It's fun. It's brilliant. If you don't wash and take a bath in the game, people will acknowledge that in the game that you smell bad.
Yeah.
If you do not take care of yourself, people acknowledge that. For once, I can have a game where I can't just be bald and walk into a barbershop and come out with dreadlocks all the way down to my ass cheeks. You can't do that. If you want a hairstyle
Yeah, I
that's
like
long,
GTA.
you have to sit there and wait
That's
for
right.
your hair to grow out. You have to wait for your beard to grow out, and then you can style it however you want. You can't just make it whatever. You have to wait for things.
It has a very precise attention.
You have to take
detail,
baths.
and I love that about it.
It easily has the most relatable character in video game history as the protagonist in Arthur
Yes.
Morgan. And I was a little disappointed that Rockstar wasn't going to allow me to just create my own character and play a role, you know? But because I didn't want anyone to try to outdo Marston, John Marston.
Yeah.
But when you gave me Arthur Morgan, I fell in love
That
with that
changed
man
it.
immediately. He's the GOAT. He went way above Marston. He exceeded my expectations. And I dare say this, not just in video games, in media, anything I've consumed, he is the most perfect representation of an anti-hero.
He
They
sure
did
is.
it perfectly.
Yeah.
I cannot stress that enough. Brilliant game. They're tracking the dead eye.
yeah.
They thought of everything.
They thought of everything.
That game is phenomenal. And number one, as
I
if
think I can call it.
I already
no,
know.
as
I
if
can
there
call
could
it.
be anything
I
else,
could call it.
is God of War
Yeah.
Ragnarok.
2018.
Oh.
But if you'll give it to me, I wanted to say God of War 2018 and Ragnarok because together they tell a complete story.
Yeah.
They only tell half if you just relate to one or the other. But 2018 was better just because the writing was better. Easily the most beautiful game visually. Easily. I have never seen a more gorgeous looking game with seamless gameplay. If you don't die, there's never a loading screen. And people are like, oh, they're hidden loading screens. Don't care. It's fun. Writing is impeccable. In 2018, there is not a flaw in the writing. I laughed. I cried. I did everything. I related. I wanted to see Kratos go through character development. And for the first time since any God of War game, he does go through character development.
Yeah.
He becomes better.
I like.
And it was such a beautiful game. Who can't relate to a father and a son? Don't answer that question. Who can't relate to a father and a son, right? They get you. A couple honorable mentions. Mario Party. It's fun.
Oh,
it's
great.
easy. You turn it on. You're ready to
Every
fucking
time it
rock and
comes
roll.
out, it sells out. Everybody wants it. You know, anybody can play it too.
Dude, yeah, it tells you how to play as you're playing it.
Yeah.
It's so easy. They made it perfect.
It brings people together.
It brings people together. Another honorable mention, Grand Theft Auto 5. It's just fun.
It is very fun.
And you know what's weird? They switch. So Red Dead campaign is way more fun than Red Dead Online.
Yeah.
Just is.
Yeah.
GTA Online is way more fun than GTA's campaign.
Absolutely.
It just is. Same company, different games.
Yep.
Enjoy them both. But yeah, an honorable mention to GTA 5. Another honorable mention, Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yeah.
There isn't a better Call of Duty game.
They really ran.
It was the most fun multiplayer. It was the most fun zombies.
Yeah, they perfected on the zombies.
I really like Ghost.
The best writing, the best cast.
Good story. Yeah.
Oh my god, the cast.
Yeah. They couldn't afford to pay him again though.
They could not.
That was a one and done deal.
They could not.
They had some A-listers.
Like Sam Worthington
Yeah.
played the main character, Alex Mason, who you were, the guy that played the main character in Avatar. Like that's who it is. Ed Harris played
Ed
Hudson.
Harris is Hudson. Like that was badass.
Like the guy that played Crossbones in The Winter Soldier played Frank Woods.
Yeah.
Frank. It starts with a C.
They just threw out some heavy money for some
They
A-list.
did.
They
Wow.
did, man.
And they had it, and they did it.
Now look at their Call of Duty.
Yeah. You ain't lying.
It's all right.
And you
though.
know,
It's a cash
if you
grab.
really talk about Call of Duty, like I bought Vanguard. I enjoyed Vanguard, and looking back, like I don't know what happened with this game, but like I've really anticipated this game, and this was probably the biggest letdown that I've had in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And then honestly, like I'm probably not gonna say I won't buy another one. I probably will. I'm gonna play it. I've always played Call of Duty.
I'm done, especially because the next one coming out's a Sledgehammer one. I am good on Call of Duty.
For a
Maybe I'll
little
check them
while,
out when they take
yeah.
their little break and then come back.
Wait for
when
Modern
they're
Warfare
stronger
3,
than ever
yeah.
and everything. But you know,
But this one,
I'm
this
done
was the
for right
first
now.
one that I've noticed that I don't want to play it out anymore. Like I played it for like the first couple weeks, and I was like, I don't. It's on board.
but can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
What do you think video games are going to look like in 10 years?
man, I would love to see hyper realistic like VR.
Like Ready Player One. You know?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something not like
Where I feel it, where I
Like,
think,
yeah.
where like I can at least trick my body into thinking I'm there. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
That might be the future of living rooms. Like an empty room with the
I don't know
VR
about that
headsets.
for.
You know, VR headsets.
But they're just gonna be
you get
glasses, like
Like,
You
have
can
you
get
seen,
everything
have
you
seen,
want.
I mean, you've seen some of like the 4D and 5D like racing simulator chairs and like
Yeah.
the
yeah.
G simulators for jet pilots. But
Yeah.
they have a lot.
But I want like a
VR.
Call of Duty like that. I want to physically have to run around and
Yeah.
avoid
Well, they have
bullets.
trackpads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you where you run your little half bubble thing and like.
So I mean, there is.
that might be
ways
the
that-
future though. That might be what it is.
But it looks like video games did in like 2003.
Correct.
It does. They need to.
They really do need
it's
to.
a different kind of engine they got to work with. So
It's a completely different
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. So
But I really, if they could work into the graphics and details and simulations of the VR system, that could be.
But
just
you know what
a
that'd be really
game
good for?
changer.
is training soldiers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
If
mean,
they
that's
don't
a
do
bunch
that
You
of
can
already,
make anything, any scenario happen, and watch how your soldier's going to react in that
Well,
scenario.
not only soldiers. I mean, just everyday people, like a driving test. You know, like just any other things.
You don't put anybody at risk. You go sit in here, and it's just like the real thing, and you're not putting anybody in risk.
you know,
at
like
risk. You know,
heavy duty
True.
equipment, 18-wheelers. You know,
Yeah.
all these other things.
when
that
do we get to a
require-
point where we can control
planes,
like?
all that stuff.
When do we can get to a point where we control like avatars of ourselves that look identical to us to
That
like
would
leave
be
the
cool.
house for us?
Kind of like the mood, like
Surrogates.
Avatar.
Yeah,
Like
I
in
can always be
Surrogates?
safe. I can just like sit here and like control this guy. He goes to the store. If he gets in a car wreck and dies, I'm still at home on the couch.
Yeah, you just costed a droid. You know, you
Exactly.
get like droid insurance or something.
Yeah, droid insurance.
Would
Droid
you
insurance.
if they made a chip that go in your head to
I don't know.
access Google?
I don't know.
Would
I don't know
do
about that. The Neuralink stuff.
I'm scared that you could hack my brain.
I feel like it could short circuit and give you.
What
like,
about
an
the,
aneurysm
you
or
just-
something? Yeah.
What about the
You just-
unlock chips that people put in their hands to like unlock doors and stuff for their
Oh,
cars?
I'd probably do that.
That's a little
different.
Yeah, that's not.
It's not hooking it up to my neurological
Yeah.
pathway.
It's
You
not
know,
messing with my brain.
like it's
waves.
just like a little chip that they just surgically put in your hand. You
Yeah.
just boop boop.
I feel like Neuralink, you could control people with that. It could send certain electrodes through your mind.
Well, yeah, anything like
I don't know
on
about
the
that,
internet
man.
can be.
I
Hacked.
could just hack your thing.
Yeah.
I could just hack your chip and just make Rickroll play in your head. Never
Yeah.
gonna give you up
That's
Forever.
torture. Forever.
until you kill yourself.
Yeah.
It just
10
be
hour
mass
loop.
suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
See,
ain't
so
lying.
stuff like that. You can't trust technology with everything.
We heard what Zuck said. It's just eventually going to be like I've told. We've had a
Like
conversation about
contact
this,
lenses.
but no, it's going to be like, okay, say you and I are sitting here on the couch, us three, like, hey, you fellas want to play some cards? And we'll be like, yeah, let's play some cards. And we all put on they're just glasses, and you put on your glasses and you turn them on, and then like you can just make a deck of cards appear
Like
here
an augmented
in
reality.
virtual, and I just
Yeah.
take them out and deal them to you. And as long as you have your glasses on, you can see. If you don't have them on, you can't see it.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's what
Yeah.
Zuck said. He expects that in like the next, like they expect to like build it in the next 5 years, like prototype.
Yeah.
And
That's
so it's probably
bad.
not going to be like 10 or 15 years till it actually becomes a thing, and then maybe even longer before it becomes affordable.
Well,
you know
that
what I mean?
It comes consumer like for a consumer.
Well, yeah, I mean, how many people are going to have those glasses if they come out and they're $15,000 a pair?
Yeah.
You know, nobody's going to have them
True.
except for the rich people.
Yeah.
You know, but whenever they come down to being
It'll
$300
be
or $400 or
affordable,
$500 a pair, probably closer to $1,000.
Yeah.
But you
It'll
know,
You
be
got it like a
affordable.
VR system, and they're about $1,000 right now.
I mean, you can get like a good Quest for 500.
Good VR system.
Yeah.
Quest is good,
it?
500.
I've only used the.
We got the
Hive.
Quest 2. Yeah. Was it 500? Yeah, because we
Yeah, it was
got
about
the memory, but you can get them for 3. But we got the big memory. But I mean, I can do it like Steam. All I gotta do is plug up double USB Cs and plug them into my headset, and I can play any VR game on Steam. I just gotta be hooked in.
I think the VR systems in the game, like in gaming, like that, would be just a game changer.
Like imagine Call of Duty, but all of us in VR.
VR is the future, one way or another.
But hopefully,
I'm just
it's not
scared
like
because
a
sometimes
lot
it
of
gives
the,
me motion sickness.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not like a lot of movies where if you die in the reality or if you die in a game, you die
Yeah,
in
like
real
Stay
life.
Alive.
Yeah, we don't
remember
want
that
that. Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't want
Stay
that.
Alive. If you
That's
die
it.
in the game, you die in real
Yeah.
life. Like what?
It's like, oh,
Yeah,
Why am I
that
playing the
doesn't-
game then?
I want to say somebody made a VR headset that does that. too.
Yeah, but it's not
But-
real.
No, it's not. But you know.
Okay,
Who would
okay.
buy that?
Hold on. Say that happens. Like you have to play a video game. You have to beat the whole thing, and if you die in it, you die
gotta
in real
God
life.
run a whole new game.
That's like the
What
new,
what game are you picking to play where you know you're not gonna die?
a
Damn.
God run? I don't know.
Like you can't die once the entire campaign.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be on the hardest difficulty or anything.
I do a God of War.
You can get through God of War
No,
without
I would
dying.
try it, but I don't know if I could do it.
What's a game where you don't
Dude,
die
I
in?
don't know.
Mario Party.
Mario.
Yeah,
Kart.
Mario Party. I mean, sometimes you do, like in the mini games.
You don't actually die though. They bring
Yeah.
you back up in a bubble or whatever.
Then I guess, but you gotta have a game where you can die in it. You know.
I don't
so-
know if a story game that you.
That's
that
what I'm
your
saying.
character
Like I've
can't
always
die.
respawned in every game I played.
Could you
Yeah.
imagine being in God of War in VR and just jumping across those
Yeah.
pillars?
Siege.
See.
Be dead the first round.
Yeah.
You're shooting through walls and
Yeah.
shit.
Just get randomly headshotted.
Yes.
I try to think. I don't know. Maybe
Mario Kart.
Maybe.
and just not fall off the sides.
don't
Yeah,
fall.
don't fall off the
Rainbow.
side. Yeah.
The Rainbow Man.
That's probably
You
the
just go
best bet.
slow, like I'll come in last place, but I'll be
Yeah,
alive.
that's your best bet at least.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
Because you can't say stuff like Call of Duty,
No, you can't.
Battlefield, whatever.
Like every game I play has
every
like,
game that you play,
Red Dead
die
Redemption,
in.
you're always gonna die.
you have like the risk of dying. That's why it's fun.
Get that risk. So it makes it a playable game.
Yeah.
More in tune.
Who knows? I got nothing.
I don't either. I'm trying to. I ain't got.
I have nothing. I die all the
I
time.
would die.
I think I'd
every
stop
time.
playing games.
Look, I'll do. I didn't die once during the Fallout 4 campaign, but that's because I modded it to give myself all the perks immediately.
Yeah.
Like the moment the game starts, I have all the perks.
So can you buy mods in VR?
Yeah. If you could do the mods in VR, then
They're free.
Right? See, we could play modded zombies in VR.
Yeah.
But zombies doesn't end until we all die. So that's guaranteeing a death.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, Hayes.
yeah.
Let somebody go.
Well,
I don't have to run faster.
I
than
mean,
the
look,
zombies.
we can get some of the modded maps and zombies, right? And like some of them, just nobody die before somebody gets 30,000 points, and then you can buy the exit and you end the game. It's like an Easter egg.
Something like that. Yeah.
Or you do a Call of Duty with the Easter egg, and then you end the game that way. Like Mob of the Dead on Call of Duty Black Ops 2, that Easter egg, that was goated. Best of all times.
Oh yeah.
Yes, indeed. Alrighty, well that's going to do it for today's episode. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever. The Last Few Brain Cells podcast on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at TLFBC Podcast. That's The Last Few Brain Cells Podcast. Thank you. Love you. Talk to you soon. Let's go fuck home.
Brain cells. The last view. It's the last view.
Brain cells.